Hi, I'm Andy Ellis. I'm the host of this show and a potential Green Party candidate for governor of Maryland in 2026. I'm using this show to highlight interesting people and ideas that help me and you to understand what is happening and what is possible. You can learn more about the campaign by going to gogreen2026.com. Guests on this show do not necessarily support my campaign or the Green Party. They've agreed to come on to discuss ideas and issues. And of course, click the subscribe button on YouTube so you can keep up to date with this podcast.
So politics these days can be pretty brutal. What made you decide to run? Was there some moment that you said, I'm going to do this?
Yeah, for a long time, I've been looking at the governor's race as a Green here in Maryland. It's been important for us for a while. We know we have to run in it in order to maintain our ballot status. And so in 2017, I sat down with my friend Kevin Cease, and we started to make a plan for what it would look like to run a multi-year, really well-organized Green Party campaign and to qualify for public financing, to get on the debate stage, and to really use the power of our party in the way that we thought it could. Kevin didn't get to run that year in 2017 because of some health issues, but we still had that plan, and I still had that kernel in my mind. And in 2022, when Wes Moore was running against Dan Cox, Nancy Wallace, and David Lasher, I looked at the race and I realized that, first of all, this race wasn't going to be very close at all. Democracy in Maryland at that point meant that maybe Wes Moore was only going to win by 28 points instead of 30 points. But when I looked at that race, I realized that we needed a strong Green voice in the race. And I also looked at the Libertarian candidate, David Lasher, who had run a multi-year campaign, and he had been successful. He had been able to gather a lot of attention. He had been able to gather a lot of support, and he was getting his message out there more than third-party candidates normally do. I looked at the Green Party campaign in that 2022 race, and the Green Party campaign in that race had basically started in August of that year. And while Nancy and Pat had really good ideas, they didn't really have a chance to get their legs under them. So on election day, the day after election day in 2022, I went ahead and filed, and I launched an exploratory committee looking at the plan we had in 2018 and the necessity for a Green Party race that we saw in 2022. As time went on, it became very clear that even though Wes Moore and the Democrats had huge structural advantages in Maryland, they were governing like they were afraid of Republicans. They moved to the right on juvenile crime. They refused the progressive taxation plan, even though there was a huge deficit. And they lined up to support Israel and condemn those that criticized its war crimes against Gaza, its occupation and apartheid in the West Bank, and its aggressive attacks against surrounding nations. And when I looked at this, I knew now more than ever we needed another healthy party, and we needed one like the Green Party, rooted in peace, justice, democracy, and ecology.